up, you guys? Welcome back to Kay Unscripted. I am Kay, and today we're getting into Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 13. It is finally the wedding day. Let's get into it. So, the episode begins with Sarah and Ben's wedding, and the pastor is saying, now is the time to determine if love is really blind. He asked Sarah, do you take Ben to be your husband and companion for the rest of your life? And she said no, she can't. She said she's always wanted a partner to be on the same wavelength, and right now she and Ben isn't. Ben tells her he loves her so much and he would like to continue the relationship, and she says, well, we'll see. Sarah knows that their values did not align, so there's no way she will continue to pursue a relationship with him. She's with her mom and her sister in the car, and they're asking her, well, what was it? So she said she remembers asking him about the Black Lives Matter, and she says that when she asked Ben about it, he said he's never really thought about it. And we see her sister laughing, and she said that really affected her. She also mentioned that she asked about his church's view, and he said he doesn't know. So there were definitely conversations that we didn't get to see that may have happened off camera, and they really did not agree on it, and that may have influenced her decision. Ben is with his friends Drew and Abel, and he said that he's shocked. He didn't see it coming. He said that they really aligned on similar things, but not perfectly, and we see his friends praying over him. Meanwhile, we see Sarah with her family, and she mentioned Ben saying that he would like to continue the relationship, and she said she just doesn't want to give false hope. She doesn't see it happening, and she knows that it's not going to work out. So I think that's a conversation that these two really need to have, and she needs to be upfront with him and just tell him how she's feeling. Monica and Joey's wedding day, and we see Monica walking into her suite. Monica says that she's really nervous because she doesn't know how it's going to turn out today. She's pretty much winging it on what Joey's decision is. So I feel like if he says yes, she will also say yes. But if he says no, she'll probably, that will be the end of it. She tells her family that Joey isn't an emotional person, and it's hard for her to trust just his words without seeing action. And so she just sets low expectations, and whatever happens, it happens. Oof, that's really tough. His friends ask him as well, do your goals align? Do your values align? And he said, yes, everything aligns with Monica. And Joey is saying just how amazing of a person Monica is, but he's still skeptical about her sister. He doesn't really believe that her sister was being genuine with the apology. And he said that she said she gives her blessing, but she did not say she gave her support. And so we see him sitting with his mom and his sisters, and we didn't really get to see the sit down with the family. It may have happened off camera. But we could tell that the family, his sisters, are really fond of Monica. And for some reason, I couldn't help but notice that when his sisters kept on saying how amazing Monica is, Joey kind of had that feeling like, you'll need to stop talking. Like, his face just wasn't happy with what they were saying about Monica. And then the wedding is about to begin, and y'all, I cracked up so much because Joey comes sliding down the aisle on his skateboard. I can also say that I'm really disappointed in the way that he dressed, and I could tell that he wasn't going to say yes to Monica because of the way he was dressed. He was acting like he was at the beach. Now, I could have understood it if they had a beach wedding, but it was an indoor setting, and I feel like he could have dressed up a little bit more. But Joey is waltzing down the aisle with his skateboard. So Monica's parents walk her down the aisle, and she's laughing away, and maybe it's just a nervous laugh because she did said she was nervous. And then we see they both share their vows. It's now the moment to make their decision. Monica is asked first if she would take Joey to be her husband and all of that good stuff. And she said, I don't right now. Oh my God, she started crying. She did say that she loves him so much. But then we see him saying that he isn't 100% there and ready for them to be married. And these two got so much support from their family and friends. Everyone was just cheering them on. And I guess it made it a little bit easier for them to maneuver what they were feeling. Joey said that this was the first time Monica actually told him that she loves him, and he did not know that. And I don't think that's true. I think there was another time she may have said it. But if that's the case, I feel like Monica was kind of holding off because she said it too. She was holding off because she wasn't getting too much from Joey. She didn't feel like he was as invested in the relationship. And maybe if he did give her some reassurance like, hey, I love you, then they probably would have gotten to that place. It is now Devin and Virginia's wedding day. We see Virginia walking into her suite. Virginia tells us how blessed she feels to have Devin in her life, and he's everything she didn't know she needed. We also see Devin walking into his dressing room, and he's calling her his queen, the love of his life, and he's saying he's never been this vulnerable in his life until he met Virginia. He said that they've never had arguments, but they had really tough conversations. And so he brings up the conversation they had about politics and the prenup. Now, we all know it bothered Devin and his family that Virginia even suggested a prenup. So it's not surprising to me that he still brought that up. Maybe they got over it, maybe they didn't. Devin's mom and his sister, they came into the room to see Virginia, and the moms are rocking the same color dress. They both look very beautiful. Virginia gets dressed and she looks so beautiful, and she and her mom share such a beautiful moment. We meet her father, Paul, and her stepmom, Evelyn. We also get to see her godmom, who is also her aunt, and she's the officiant for the wedding. And they too share a beautiful moment. You could tell that Virginia has amazing people around her because everyone was just pouring so much blessings over her. They were just encouraging her and telling her how happy they are for her, and that was really... So the wedding is about to begin, and Devin and his mom, they walk in together, and then we see her dad walking her down the aisle, and before they walk in, he tells her she looks like an angel, and I was tearing up. Now, I see online that somebody said Virginia is going to need a neck brace, and I couldn't unsee it. Y'all are crazy with the comments, but y'all better leave my girl alone. She walks in, they share their vows, and now it's the time to decide if love is really blind. We see his dad and his sister. I don't know if y'all caught that, but they shared a look with each other. What the hell is going on? But then they asked Devin first, and he says yes. But Virginia, when it came to her, she said she was not ready. And her mom was shocked. Her dad was shocked. We were all shocked because I really thought she was going to say yes. Devin is crying. His family looks pissed. And the little girl, his niece, she's confused, like, why is everyone crying? And the dad whispers, she said no. They look so pissed. So Virginia walks out, and she's with her mom and her friends, and Devin and his mom walk past her. They didn't even say hello. They didn't check on her anything. They paid her no mind, like they didn't see her at all. And meanwhile, we hear his sister saying like, oh, what's up with these girls? I don't know what's wrong with these girls. They don't deserve him. And girl, relax. I mean, I get emotions are high and everybody's upset and disappointed, but you're actually behaving the way we expect you to behave because you were grilling Virginia when you all met her, and it was given you didn't like her from the beginning. We see David with his mom, and I don't know, I just feel like she treats him like he's a baby. Now I get that some moms are very close with their sons, but I thought maybe his dad would have probably swept in, or maybe his friends would have probably, jumped in with him to comfort him. But no, the mom's like, come here, baby. And she took her son and she went with him, and they're sitting together, and she's like, I don't understand. All of a sudden, she's not ready to be married. Isn't that the point of the show? Mom, it's her decision. If she doesn't feel like she's ready, then that's her choice to make. And then we see Virginia. She tells us why she made her decision, and she said she felt like she had to protect Devin. Now, when she said that, I was shocked because it seems like there were a lot of other things happening that we didn't get to see, or maybe there were conversations happening off camera that we didn't really get to witness, or maybe Devin wasn't being his authentic self on camera. So I guess when the reunion comes, we're going to learn a little bit more about it. But she also shared that when it came to certain topics, Devin did not want her to bring it up on camera, and he would push her off on bringing up certain topics. And she mentioned about politics, and she also dropped another bomb on us. She told us that apparently someone gave them a check for the wedding, and Devin held onto the check, and he never told Virginia, but Virginia ended up finding out through his mother. So that made her feel like he was untrustworthy, and I don't blame her. Girl, you definitely dodged a bullet. And you see why you needed to bring in that prenup? Because he's already collecting checks and not telling you anything, so you definitely dodged a bullet. So now we have our last couple, Daniel and Taylor, and it's their wedding day. And at this point, I'm so nervous because we have just witnessed 3 other couples saying no, and I'm nervous for this too because I've been rooting for them from the beginning. We see Taylor walking into her suite. All of the ladies' suites look really beautiful. Even the setup for their weddings looked really great. And she said that it's been a whirlwind, but she would do it all over again with Daniel, and she's never felt so loved and secure in a relationship. We also see Daniel walking into his suite, and he says he's been very nervous and it feels like he's known Taylor for a very long time. So Daniel's boys walk in and they hand him a letter from Taylor, and then her mom walks in with a letter from Daniel, and this was such a cute moment. These two are just too cute. I was blushing the entire time. It gave me flashbacks on my day, and I was really basking in that moment. It was such a beautiful moment for me. He walks down the aisle with his mom, and we also see his sister Rachel. She's singing as he walks down, and then Taylor's walking down the aisle with her parents, and he said wow when he saw Taylor. We also saw that Daniel went down to hug her parents, and I don't think I saw that from the other engaged couples, but that was such a beautiful moment. I also forgot to mention that we did see Taylor and her parents having a moment, and she told them how grateful she was that they could be there on her wedding day, especially for her dad because he was sick before she went into the experiment, and she was really worried that he wouldn't have made it, and she was just so grateful to have the both of them there to see her get married because so many people don't get to have that experience. And she was just so thankful that both of her parents were there to witness their baby girl get married. So they both share their vows, and we finally get to the question that we've been dreading for, and I'm nervous, my heart is beating, and I'm just sitting like that. Y'all better don't piss me off today. Y'all better don't piss me off. But they both said yes. Oh my god, these two did not disappoint me. I was so happy. I was screaming. I was so excited for these two. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Hastings. I am so happy for them, and I wish them so much success in their marriage and so much blessings. They really did prove that they can come out on the winning side. We know what they went through in the beginning, but they made it down the aisle. And then we see the Hastings. They're enjoying their reception, and these two are just ready to consummate their marriage. And guys, that's the end of this episode. We still have the reunion, which looks pretty juicy, and I cannot wait to see what happens there. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Kay Unscripted, no teeth restricted in this journey.